Just finished up the 4th day of fall camp alongside Tony and Annese, coach, for about a weekend now. What are you seeing from the guys?
Well, today we got offense got kind of set on our heels a little bit. Actually, some of our best players, didn't make plays, which I guess happens. But the defense ran around. I mean, their energy is wild, and so really happy. The staff's done such a great job with the defense, and they got a lot of different looks that are giving us trouble. So, those are the things. So, if you're a defensive coach, like Coach D'Antonio was, or Coach Saban, then they'd come talk to the team after practice, and if the defense kicked butt, they were in a good mood. And here it's opposite. So if the defense kicks butt, here I'm in a bad mood. Not because I don't want the defense to be great, but I'm on the offensive side of the ball. And so I got humbled today by the defensive staff and the defensive players, and so did our players. So it was a rough day for our offense, but it's a good learning opportunity, so we'll go from there.
What's your message to those offensive guys to take it, as a learning experience, not get frustrated, understand it's part of the process, and just grow?
It's hard to not get frustrated when they got a coach that's easily frustrated, right? They got a coach that's grouchy all the time. But no, we got super young men, like unbelievably good kids, and starts with the quarterbacks, and you can't get better human beings than Carson or Chase Carter or Wyatt Bauer or Sean Mumpfield, and all of them are super kids. So they're great, and they're definitely, they'll persevere and get better. And we'll go into the film room and watch this film. I already heard one of them say, "Oh my gosh, film's going to be horrible to watch today," but it happens, and so we'll just move forward.
Pretty gruesome injury for Carson last year. Now that he's back and healthy and leading the offense again, have you seen any hesitation or limitations from him coming off that injury, or does he look like the guy from this time last year?
No, that's a really good question. He looks good. He has no apprehensions at all. You wouldn't know which leg was hurt. So he's running around, doing a lot of things for us. So he's a warrior, man, just a super young man and hard worker, and really proud of him.
So I guess the reality of this game is, once you get into training camp here, guys that you've built up in the years past, they're in the SEC now, they're in the Big 12. Do you look at that as a compliment, or is it more frustrating when you're going back to the spring, you're trying to rebuild some position groups every season?
Yeah, it's I can cry about it and say no, it bothers the heck out of me, but it's the nature of the way things are. So, we haven't looked back. We're looking forward, and it is what it is. So, I wish all of the guys well that left, and but we've moved on, and we're going to fight through this and play without them, and hopefully have a great year.
Going back to the quarterbacks, do you envision that once again being a 2-guy, a 3-guy? Do you expect more Carson out there? Has anyone stepped up so far in the first 4 days?
Yeah, we've also repped Brady Rose at quarterback, so he might get the start here August 28th. So, who's to know who will be the quarterback of Ferris State ever? I was talking to Coach Steve. In 21, we rolled in the first game with Jared Bernhardt, Malik Mitchell, and Evan Cummins, and everybody's saying, who's going to be the starting quarterback? And nobody knew, nor did I. And so I think I started Jared, and he led us to 2 straight touchdowns, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Put Malik in. He drove us down and scored. Put Evan in. He did great. So, we're built that way. That's the way I like to do it. I love the days of Jason Vanderlaan being a machine and never getting injured, but those days are gone. He's the only human being I've ever seen. He's the Terminator, and so he's the only human being I've ever seen that just takes every hit for 4 straight years. And I think he missed 1 play because I think he got his wind knocked out of him at Lake Erie, and in 2012. But other than that, he never missed a play. But those days are gone, and we're prepping to be able to play 3-4 guys.
The D-line really set quite the standard last year. Do you see that group having as much success this year as you guys work some new players in?
Yeah, I mean, I like our defensive line. I like, Tyrone Fowler and you just had Tim on are both returning DNs, and so I like our DNs. And interior guys are tough. Dub's played here, a lot for 3-4 years. And so that's Caleb Davis, by the way. I don't know why he is Dub, but everybody calls him Dub. But he's from Grand Rapids Union High School, and he's been a really good player for us. And so I like our guys, as just talking to Coach Shreve, our D-line coach, and we feel like, we got some really good depth there.
You lose 19-3 in the season opener. I don't know if we would have asked you, a year ago and tell you you're not going to lose another game, what you would have said about that. But, Pittsburgh State, the only one to knock you off. Do you feel like some of these guys have that first game circled on their calendar to, try and give them a little revenge this year?
Yeah, it wouldn't matter if we're playing Muskegon High School in that first game. It's the first game at Top Taggart, August 28th, and we'll be really excited. There's no such thing as revenge because that thing's over with, We're 1-1 against them. We beat them in 22. They beat us last year. And so, there's no reward for a tiebreaker. There's no anything of that sort. It's just a huge opportunity to come out in front of a great crowd and perform. And that'll be the most exciting part. We haven't played since December 21st, a game, so that's a long time to wait. It's much less time to wait than a lot of teams because a lot of teams are done November 10th or whatever it is. But we'll be excited. Our kids love to compete, and they love the opportunity to play, particularly at home. And just thinking about it just gets exciting.